Hey Chris, I hope you are enjoying your vacation, and I just wanted to go over a few quick tips on some ways to eat better and to stay on track while on vacation. So definitely enjoy your days and don't be completely focused on what you can't have and what you should be doing. Just try to stick with these tips to help stay on track. So, typically try to have one bigger meal during the day, usually for dinner. And what I mean by that is having bigger portions of your starchier carbs, your higher fat carbs, and something that is sugary, which is a higher fat carb, or something like pasta with sauce and all that kind of stuff. For example, cheeses, sauces, sugary items. Try to save one of your meals to have a bigger portion of that instead of every meal having higher fat carbs involved. Try to just do one meal having more of that. So then you're not going way over and you're still fitting it in your day. The second one, hit your steps. Always try to hit at least 6,000 steps. Try to be conscious of that and remember that movement, daily movement, and hitting your steps is key to anything. It's key to fat loss. Your workouts, yes, they will help, but your actual daily movement is the number one thing above everything. So try to hit your steps. So try to snack on zero fat carbs when you can. So things like pretzels and fruit, those are carbs, but those are simple carbs. So that means that they are zero fat, as opposed to having stuff like potato chips and cookies. Those are higher fat carbs. So if you can, make the preference choice of pretzels and fruit as the carb choice instead of chips and sweets throughout the day. Try to save those higher fat carbs, like I said, for the one meal, the bigger meal later on in the day. Limit your sugary drinks until a certain part of the day. So try not to have orange juices and pop and any kind of juices, and try to save your sugary drinks for later on in the day if you do want to have wine or a cocktail or anything. So therefore, you're sort of placing and saving that for a different part of the day instead of wasting all of that throughout the day and then going way over in your sugar and carbs. So basically just limit those things until later on in the day, and then you won't go over your portion size. So when you're eating a meal, try to fill up on proteins first, veggies second, and then save the carbs for last so you won't indulge on all of the carbs initially when you first start eating. You'll fill up more on the proteins and veggies, and then you'll be mostly full with those things instead of being full initially on the carbs. Hopefully that makes sense. Stick to veggies and fruits and lean meats as much as you can over the higher fat carbs. And I mentioned that earlier, but just try to be more conscious throughout the day. If you feel like you're eating a big meal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner that has a ton of higher fat carbs, just try to limit those and stick to the fruits and veggies and leaner meats up until one of your bigger meals later on, where you can more indulge and have bigger portions of that. So then at the end of the day, you are still around where you need to be for your carb allotment and your fats, and you won't go excessively over. So I hope that helps. You'll understand more of this as we go, but it'll become very normal and intuitive to think this way once you realize these things about your carbs and your ways of eating, and what carbs are lower fat and what are higher fat, and kind of where to place them in the day and save more for later on or for a different meal, a bigger meal. later on in the day. So hopefully that helps. I don't want to overwhelm you on vacation with a ton of things to go over, but hopefully this will really just make you feel more on track and understanding things a little bit more clearly. And then when you get back, we will go full force. So if you have any questions, just let me know.